welcome back to Satisfactory. Today is the 21st, and we get 20 power shards. Wow, that's a pretty good gift too. These last couple days, the gifts are pretty damn good. So, I have been very busy. And you can kind of see in the top right there, milestones are being completed, MAM research is getting done. It's really kind of all the outstanding stuff that I haven't done yet. So, sulfur, I ended up getting another hand slot and the smokeless powder. So now we're going to go and get a hard drive, and we are going to do our packaged fuel, so that way we can make turbo fuel. And let's send off all of these packages. So, milestones, linear motion, gone. Linear motion Mark III. The diagonal vehicle lift, which I probably will never use, but I did it anyways, gone. The gas mask, also goodbye.
Milestone.
Alternative fluid.
Gas masks and filter parts will ensure increased odds of survival in gas-based hazardous environments. Fixit Incorporated would like to extend the friendly advice to not forget to change filters regularly.
Thank you, Ada. The alternative fluid transport, which will give us the packager so we can package that fuel and get turbo fuel. Goodbye.
Milestone reached.
So close.
Can now be packaged to allow for transportation via vehicle and conveyor belts. Additionally, highly improved biofuel can now be produced.
And industrial manufacturing. Goodbye.
Milestone reached. The manufacturer increases production complexity. A critical look at production line logistics and efficiency is recommended during integration. The truck allows for increased efficiency in transportation, automated or otherwise. New project parts enable progress to the next phase.
Thank you, Ada. So, for the next phase, the Fixit blueprint designer to get us the larger blueprints. Don't have any of that in there at the moment, or I do. I can't remember. Logistics Mark IV, I need to make computers and heavy modular frames. The jetpack, I actually do have all 30 of those motors ready to go. The plastic and the rubber's ready to go. We just need that packaged fuel. Send that off. The monorail train, we need computers and heavy modular frames. And for pipeline engineering Mark II, we just need heavy modular frames. So we need heavy modular frames for pretty much everything we're going to do. So, I also made a parachute so I can stop breaking my ankles. Let's go over to the very temporary setup for plastic and rubber. And then I'm going to show you guys something else I have. Something else I have been working on way in the distance there. Okay. So, let's go check out the plastic area over here. Like I said, super temporary. It's not efficient whatsoever. Gets the job done, though. Got us all of our plastic and rubber that we needed, and now it's going to provide us with our packaged fuel that we need as well. So I really just set up all these fluid buffers so that way it would keep running, because the alternative, the byproduct of the plastic and rubber recipes that I have is fuel or heavy oil residue. So we have fuel coming out. Yeah, how full are these? They're actually not even that full. Okay, so in here we should have our plastic, and we do. We got a bunch of plastic in there. Now let's get our constructor out. So yeah, I didn't really talk about the refineries here, but these are the refineries. They're absolutely ginormous. And they take up a lot of space. You can actually only fit 3 of these in the standard blueprint designer, which is not a lot. Alright, so we're going to be making empty canisters here. Let's plug it in somewhere. There we go. Okay, so we just need to make some of those. And now we have the packager and the manufacturer. So the packager, we need steel beams. Man, I knew steel beams was going to be the bottleneck. Like, that's going to be our bottleneck until we make a steel factory. It's going to be a problem. And you really need a pretty robust steel factory, because even though Mark III belts are just steel beams, Mark IV belts are encased steel beams. So not only do you need the steel beams, but you also need concrete on top of that. So, I think the first thing we need to do is try and get a couple hard drives, unlock turbo fuel, and then we need to unlock the alternative recipes so we can make our turbo fuel generator area. We need to make our glass onion. So that way I can get rid of this coal factory, for thank God, and I can slap down a bunch of foundries and turn this into a steel ingot, steel beam area. Because we already have the iron over there, we have the coal over there as well. We also have the limestone over there. Like, everything we need is over there. I think we're going to be way overproduced on coal versus what we can actually make. Because we have 4 coal nodes and only 1 iron node, but we need to be making more steel. Making more steel is what we need to be focused on. Besides Fixmas. Because I started the little Fixmas factory. It looks good. Makes me happy. Packager. So let's just put this bad boy right here. Put that in there. This can come over here, I guess. Yeah, this isn't going to be neat by any means. It doesn't need to be neat. We're making package fuel. Okay. Now we need just 50 of this to unlock turbo fuel, and while that is going, I have... Do I have? Yes, I do. So, if you'll remember from last time, we have a wreckage site right up here, and I checked out what it needed. It needs 30 motors, and I went and made all those. I actually pretty much handcrafted like 90% of the stuff that we needed for everything on tier 5. Pretty much all of that was handcrafted. It took forever. Literally. It took so long. Oh yeah, I also had a craft bench over here because I was trying to make these motors. Okay. There's a hard drive for us, so now we can unlock turbo fuel. Also, if you don't know, the parachute is reusable now. So you just press space after you jump to pull it out, and then you press C to cut it. And you can continually pull it out and cut it as many times as you'd like. It is a very, very, very useful thing. And I'm glad they made it reusable, because when it wasn't reusable, I just never made them. There was no point. They took up so much fabric, and you had to either get mycelia, or or if you had it unlocked in the MAM, you could make fabric from plastic, but, you know, plastic's so valuable in the mid-game here, you really didn't want to waste it on a shit ton of parachutes. Alright, we already got 68, so that's enough for the jetpack. We'll probably keep this, this little thing going here, too, because we'll need this package fuel for the jetpack, and that will definitely help us explore. I don't really use the jetpack a lot when I'm setting up manufacturing and stuff like that, just because it's kind of hard to it's hard to stay in the air. The hover pack is definitely more my style, but for finding some alternative hard drives, it'll be useful. These bad boys are pumping. What are we pumping out here? 30. So we're pumping out 60 per minute here. Let's jack that up to 60, and that's 60 fuel per minute. What are we producing over here? I think we only are producing 75 heavy oil residue, so that's 25 from the plastic. Pretty sure it's 50 from rubber. It is. So we're actually... I don't remember why I had this jacked up so high. So let's actually bump that up. So now we're using 70 heavy oil residue, which means we're producing 50 fuel per minute. And this is taking 60, so we'll be a little bit behind on fuel, but that's fine. Alright, let's take those. Where are we at here? We got 138. That should be enough to unlock our jetpack and also unlock turbo fuel. Now, while we're on the way back, I'm going to make a quick pit stop at FICSMAS Mall Center 2023. And maybe we'll throw down the manufacturer and see what the golden star takes to make, because the golden star is the only thing I have left to actually manufacture to get our tree up to that final upgrade point. Parachute's actually pretty quick, too. Like, I don't think it's as fast as running with the Blade Runners, but it's actually pretty nice to kind of glide down to areas. I like that more than breaking my ankles every single time. So, for the Fixmas area, I went with a classic circular build. So if you don't know how to do that, I will show you real quickly. But basically, you slap down a foundation as your middle section. There's radiation there for some reason. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a little spot of uranium over there. So if you don't know how to do this... Anyways. I got the nice green and red. Kind of have an entrance right here. And then we have some belts in the middle that are just moving our ornaments around. Our presents, candy canes, we got the Fixmas lights up. It looks nice. So to get this circular build here, basically you start out with a center point, call it this one. You put one in the center, and then you just zoop out from here, right? 10 on each one of these corners. Then you'll actually delete that foundation. You'll hold control and make sure the center point is at the same point, so it would have been right here, and you just click once, place that down, and then you zoop out from here, 10 in every single direction. So 11 foundations out actually give you a pretty perfect circle. 10 foundations, you're overlapping just slightly. I think 11 looks a little bit better with this tiny gap instead of the couple foundations actually overlapping. But this is the beginning of my Fixmas build here. So we have each one of the gift trees on the sides here that kind of give us a nice outside barrier look to it. I think I'm going to have the gifts come out, and we'll have our production area here on the outside of the circle. We should have enough room to do whatever we need to do here, but let's check out the manufacturer. Oh man, we need 10 heavy modular frames for this. Okay, and 5 motors, so that's going to take a minute to actually build, because we need encased steel beams for that. Let's see if we can't just, what did we need? 10, I think is what it was? Yeah. Let's see if we can't make this real quick, because I just need to know exactly what we need for this star. So we're going to need 10 rotors, 10 stators. That will make us our 5 motors. Actually, we might have enough stators already. We're close. Yeah, we had 9. Okay, there we go. There's our motors. We can now make computers as well. So I'll probably be manually making quite a few of these until we get to the point where I can make a computer factory. Kind of the same thing with like I'm doing with motors right now. Don't really have the means to transport everything we need right now. Let's see, we can only make 40. I don't think that's going to get us there. We're going to be behind on steel beams. Man, steel beams or encased industrial beams are expensive. They are expensive on steel beams, man. Yeah, we got to get turbo fuel up and going. So that way we can stop using coal, start using that for steel production. And we'll probably move a little bit out of this area too. Because ideally, I would use all 4 of those coal normal nodes, throw them into a drone port area, and then just, alright, I'm going to have to run over here, grab the steel beams that are in here, and then run back. But I would basically take all 4 of these coal nodes, slap down a drone port, and have it, have them all import into the drone, and then have it fly over once, either 1 or 2 at a time, to a facility that's just making steel beams and steel pipes. I mean, that would be the ideal scenario. But for right now, we do not have drones. We definitely have the versatile framework. That's already done. I know for a fact that that's done. We need the 500 modular engines, which I believe those take motors and something else. And the adaptive control units, those take circuit boards, computers. I can't remember exactly what else they take, but this is... I feel like the mid-game is almost more grindy to me than the end game, because you don't have the transport of the train yet. You don't have the transport of the drones yet. And those 2 transport systems are really how you transport stuff long distances, unless you make a really robust train network, and that would take forever. That would take so long. Even with blueprints, I mean, it'd still be insane. You'd go through 100,000 concrete. Hello, Mr. Bean. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm in your way. I'm sorry. Oh, God. What are you even eating? There's nothing there. He's eating the sky. Okay. Yeah, so modular engines take smart plating, rubber, and motors. Adaptive control units take automated wiring, circuit boards, heavy modular frames, and computers. So we're using a lot of things. Man, you can't, you don't make the star in here. I thought you made the star in this. Wait a minute, what the hell do you make the Fixmas star in? Because, let's see, ma'am. Fixmas. Oh, I don't even have it unlocked yet. I need 500 bows, 200 ornaments, and 100 wreaths. Okay. Well, maybe we just set something up quickly and non-efficiently. Because we need to make bows, right? Yeah, how much... What did these put out again? I think 15. These put out 15 gifts. And you need 10. Well, now you need 15. There we go. Wait a minute. Why does this have no power? Hang on. Uno momento, please. Did I not actually... Oh, I didn't actually hook them up. That's funny. Okay, there we go. So we needed, what was it? We needed bows, ornaments, and wreaths. So that's made in the assembler out of ornament bundles and tree branches. Let's put tree branches. Pump that up. Now, I believe for this, we need rotors. I think we're going to need that iron node that we have and the copper node that we have over here. Which I'll probably make them look nice. Uh-oh, and that's a crash. Maybe. Oh, I thought it was gonna come back. Nope. Max elements, what does that mean? Okay, well, that's the second crash I've had recording Satisfactory. Not this, I think that's probably the 5th or 6th crash I've had overall in update 8. Definitely a lot better than experimental. Experimental, I was crashing every like 3 or 4, I don't know, at least 3 or 4 times I played. Probably at least once an hour. But let's get back going again, I guess. Good thing we have autosave. Man, we are only 20 minutes in, too. I mean, I've been playing for a while here, but still. Okay, so we... okay. Okay, we're set back a little bit. A little bit. Not a big deal. Put that down. Put this down. Now, the circular stuff is difficult to get, it's kind of a pain to get things aligned on the circular circuit here. No, these still aren't hooked up. Is that bows? Let's get, excuse me, tree branches. And then let's hook this power line back up again. Go. Mr. Bean, you can't be in here. Okay, like I said, assembler, I still need those rotors. Two. Okay. Actually, why don't we go this way? Assembler, you are going to be making our ornament bundles. And I don't have you hooked up to anything automatic right now, but you can definitely make as many as you can make. Okay, while this is going, making our ornament bundles, actually, let's slap down another one of these, because we already have, we have some ornament bundles. We have 26. We definitely had a lot more, but they're all currently floating around the tree. Which is where I wanted them. Kind of. Let's go ahead and make this Fixmas decoration with tree branches and ornament bundles. So, what did we need for the ma'am? Let's check real quick. The snowballs actually are like an obelisk, so they explode, and they stack quite a bit higher. I think you can stack 100, while obelisks you can only stack 50. We need candy canes and bows for those. Here we need, let's see, we need 100 of those, 500 bows, 200 bundles, and it takes 6 bundles to make 2 of these. 50, whatever, 50 times 6 is 300. So we need 500 ornament bundles. Yes, to do this. We're gonna need a lot more copper and a lot more iron ornaments. That's for sure. We will have to do that by splitting off that iron up there and splitting off and getting this copper and bringing them both over. But for now, our Fixmas manufacturing plant can stay just like this. And then I'll probably put walls on it. I'll jazz it up a little bit. I don't exactly know what I want the exterior design to look like just yet, but I kind of like the interior design, like a little flat. I also kind of like the location here. You know, it goes right into the desert, and you're like, oh, Christmas in the desert? That makes no sense. But it makes sense to fix it. Here comes my tractor. Doing what it does best, going and picking up coal and taking it to my facility. Oh. Hard autosave. Let's go unlock turbo fuel. And our jetpack. And then hopefully we'll have enough stuff to make the jetpack. Once we get to drones, this whole entire game will change. Also, I did figure out that you can only have like 6 lizard doggos in one area because they keep phasing out of there and going different places. Like, they just keep showing up all over. They're never in the same spot. Turbo fuel, baby. She is complete. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. I can actually finish off. Give me this. I need 10 alien DNA capsules. Because I unlocked the high-speed connector. So, let's unlock this. Scannable. So that way we can find enemies. I mean, I don't really want to do that, but oh, it's in our it's in this guy. Enemies, berries, mushrooms, power slugs, nuts. Okay. Alien organisms completed. Deuterium. We still need to unlock the rifle and the rifle ammo. We need to unlock the supercomputer, the programmable splitter, and the geothermal generator, which I probably will not use. You never know. I don't like that it changes your output of power. For quartz, this one's going to be pretty important. Getting the scannable object for the hard drive, so that way I can run around and collect a bunch of them, so that way we can get all of those alternative recipes. And then the radar technology, which Probably won't really use. Sulfur, this is really just going to go into our weapons depot whenever I eventually make that facility. We're going to have every single Nobelisk and ammo type, hopefully, coming out of there. And the nuclear deterrent, the nuke Nobelisk, I probably will never use because the radiation sticks around for quite a while. I'm not really into that. So, let's go ahead and unlock our jetpack. Bada bing, bada boom. Can we unlock anything else while we're in here? I don't believe so. Goodbye.
R&D inflated your pocket dimension and has provided a jetpack, which operates on oil-based fuel, for increased navigational capabilities as well as odds of survival.
Alright, need 5 computer chips, and that's it. Definitely have enough, circuit boards, have enough stuff to make those, that's for sure. This is also a temporary setup over here where I have the hub and everything on the main base. The main base for now, anyways. Boom. Alright. Now let's get some stuff out of our inventory that we probably don't need. Don't need that. Can get rid of that. Get rid of all this coal. Get rid of all the coal, please. All the coal, please. Thank you. Get rid of the sulfur. Also, I did end up using all the screws. That entire stockpile of screws we had. Used the whole thing. Look at that. We can change solid biofuel, packaged turbo fuel. And now we can pack. We can jetpack. Look at us go. And this is the top of the facility, so I'm going to be putting drone ports over there. Underneath this, we just have a big storage area. I also have all of my sinks in here, which I forgot how ginormous they are. They're huge. And then once we have drones unlocked, this facility will just be exporting all the goods that we have into the main hub facility, most likely, or another facility. Is there anything right now that I really want to get to since I have the jetpack? Not really. I would love to get some more crash sites today, just because it would be nice to snag those. Looks like there's a crash site way up top there. Or maybe those are... Nope, those are just enemies and a pink power slug. So overall, I think I'm really just going to work on our FICSMAS factory down there, getting all of that up and running, getting the miners up and running on that side. I'll probably work on getting some hard drives so that way we can hopefully get the turbo fuel outputs and the alternative recipes that we need to make that work. And then once turbo fuel works, we're going to start that very large project. The Glass Onion project is going to take a while. It's going to be all of the oil on the Spire Coast, so we're going to be quite a ways away from where we are now. And we're going to need all kinds of stuff. Motors, encased steel beams are going to be huge. I mean, refineries with the encased steel beams and the motors. We are going to need a frickin' surplus of those bad boys. Actually, shit, I can't even do that until we get to phase 4 because I need the blender, because I need turbo blend fuel. Well, we're going to have to stick it out right now. Until then, I guess, we're going to have to complete phase 3, which means we are going to have to pump out these modular engines and these adaptive control units either by manually putting all the ingredients into these manufacturers or by setting up a temporary facility. Let me see here. Let me make, we're only at 35 minutes. This one's actually a pretty quick video for everything I wanted to show you guys. Let's, oh Jesus Christ, the pod's returning. It's so loud. Let me make 10 motors. Okay, never mind. I'll be making 5 because I don't have enough screws. The mid-game here is really getting me. I feel like from phase 1 to phase 2, everything went so well. Now we're on phase 3, and things are really taking a standstill because I didn't really prepare a lot of the basic parts. I don't kind of have that infrastructure set up. I pretty much based my entire facility on making the space elevator parts, which is fine, but we're kind of left empty-handed afterwards. This manufacturer, it is huge. Alright, our adaptive control units and our modular engines. These guys are going to be trouble. The adaptive control units and the computers and the circuit boards and the heavy modular frames. I'm not prepared for all 3 of those things. I'm not prepared for those at all. That's going to take a while. Thank God we only need 100 of them. The modular engines, we are prepared with smart plating and rubber, kind of. Over there we have 2, boxes pretty much full. But the motors, we are not prepared for the motors. We need to make a rotor, stator, motor facility that could just pump out these modular engines because we need 500 of them. Well, I've actually made quite a few long videos. I'm going to cut this one a little bit short since I don't really know what direction I'm going to want to go here just yet. I think we're going to keep going on the Fixmas factory. I'm going to try and figure out what I want to do for the outside of the build and how I want it to look. I was thinking maybe look like a train station almost. Like you walk in and it kind of, but I do like the way that the pods are set up in this facility, and I kind of wouldn't mind doing that again over there. With the circular build, it's definitely going to be a little bit more interesting to make it work with the logistics, but we definitely have a shit ton of space underneath, so we should be able to make everything underneath perfectly fine. So I'm going to end it there. I'm going to work on the Fixmas factory next time, try and get that going, and then we are going to decide what we want to do with this factory. Do we want to abandon this area and move out? Or do we want to kind of stick it out and manually make these motors and these modular engines and the adaptive control units so that way we can move on to phase 4, get drones, and then everything starts to get easier. Alright, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you tomorrow.